What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for your Monday Night Raw review. We are coming off of the Elimination Chamber. Monday Night Raw, right off of the Elimination Chamber. Last night, WWE put on a pretty decent show. Last night, they surprised a lot of wrestling fans, quite frankly. You know, these B-level pay-per-views, sometimes they are a really good show, and other times they are passable. Meaning, they're just, who cares if we watched them or not? If you missed them, who cares? Last night, Elimination Chamber was a pretty good show. So, Monday Night Raw tonight, we were all wondering what WWE was going to deliver to us on our way to WrestleMania, because our next stop on our way is Fastlane. And just to let you all know, there's going to be a lot of people on the internet, on YouTube, that are going to praise Monday Night Raw extremely tonight for one reason and one reason only, and that is because what you're going to see in this title, NXT ruled Monday Night Raw tonight. And then there's going to be a group of reviewers that, quite frankly, are going to do what they always do about Monday Night Raw and find every single little negative aspect about this show. Every aspect that you can possibly find that is cringe-worthy about this show. Look, I'm one of them. If there's something bad about Monday Night Raw, you're going to hear it from me. Okay? I'm going to tell you if it's good or if it's bad. I'm not going to sit here and feed you a bunch of baloney on this podcast. You all know that. All of you who have been following me for any length of time. This Monday Night Raw, I'm going to be honest with you. Was it the best Monday Night Raw in the world? Absolutely not. But it wasn't the worst in the world either. It was actually watchable. I actually kept me tuned in without sitting here gaming all the way through or taking 100 bathroom breaks through Monday Night Raw, or getting up, getting something to eat, getting something to drink 10 times all the way through Monday Night Raw. So, this Monday Night Raw was probably, in my estimation, C+, B-. That's my grading of Monday Night Raw tonight. And usually, WWE, Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn gives us about a D and F show every single Monday night. So I don't think anybody has any reason overall to give any major gripes, moan, groan, complaints about this show. Now, Triple H, with all that being said, Triple H, you came out here and you gave us a laundry list of reasons at the beginning of Monday Night Raw. Bayley and Sasha Banks being the inaugural first ever women's tag team champions in the WWE. DX being the first ones inducted into the 2019 Hall of Fame. By the way, congratulations, China. Out of everybody being inducted into the 2019 Hall of Fame so far, the biggest one in my eyes that really deserves to be in there. Congratulations, China, because I don't think anybody thought that would happen. Congratulations. So you gave that as a reason. You gave Kofi Kingston as a reason. Daniel Bryan, other reasons. Look, I have been watching wrestling since The Undertaker was with Paul Bear scaring kids back in the early 90s, capturing his first ever WWE Championship from Hulk Hogan. I've been watching wrestling since Jake the Snake Roberts took the snake and was destroying the Ultimate Warrior, and, Sergeant Slaughter captured the WWE Championship from the Ultimate Warrior. I can tell you, this is not WrestleMania worthy feeling, okay? This does not feel like the road to WrestleMania. Out of all the road to WrestleMania, this is one of the weakest roads to WrestleMania. We know, as of right now, two matches, okay? Even in modern history, by now, we usually know more than two. So don't give me that garbage. All right? But that doesn't mean that this show was extremely horrible. All right? So you're not going to hear a bunch of negative stuff here tonight. Okay? But before we dive into everything about Monday Night Raw, don't forget to become a subscriber today. Scroll down, hit that little subscribe button. Hit the bell for all notifications. Also, go over to Facebook and Twitter and type in the search bar at 2007 Webby. That will take you straight to my page. If you also want to find another way to get there, go to my profile page right here on YouTube. The links are right there to my pages as well. Now, go back and watch On the Road and the review of Elimination Chamber last night. Be much appreciated if you do that. Well, let's dive into this Monday Night Raw, shall we? Where NXT pretty much ruled Raw and the entire roster. If you want to know the truth, I mean, just look at from top to bottom. You had Ricochet come on here and team up with Finn Balor, help save Finn Balor from the beatdown of the almighty Cringely and Lio Rush. You had that. You had it was a pretty good contest, to be frank with you. You could tell, especially from highlights of the NXT packages that we've seen in the past, or if you've seen Ricochet's matches down in NXT, you can tell Monday Night Raw kind of held back Ricochet, but it was a good contest. Ricochet and Finn Balor picked up the victory. You know, some of these superstars that they brought up tonight, really, you know, they're only going to be here 1 week. They really are. You know, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, you know, they're champions. They're not going to be here on a regular basis. Now, Aleister Black and Ricochet, I could very well see them staying. Very well see them staying. They have no championships. So, of course they're going to stay. Aleister Black came and ruined Elias's concert. There's your rivalry right there. Elias is in something important with Aleister Black. Aleister Black's first rivalry in the WWE's main roster. Sounds pretty good, I guess, if you ask me. And it's something besides jobbers that Elias that usually has to be up. Now Elias will end up losing that rivalry, but you know, so what? WWE isn't doing anything important with Elias anyway. But back to Ricochet and Finn Balor versus Almighty Cringely, who really needs to get off the TV and just go to house shows, and Lio Rush. Look, that contest can very well see Bobby Lashley going and attacking Ricochet if Ricochet ends up sticking around and them being embroiled in a rivalry, since how there's that no rematch clause after Fastlane, because, you know, Bobby Lashley will end up getting a rematch. So after Fastlane, you have to do something. What if that happens? Ricochet and Almighty Cringely. We'll have to see what happens there. But we'll have to wait and see. Moving on. Braun Strowman. Whoopee versus Baron Corbin in another tables match. Braun Strowman's victorious. WWE, this is not 50-50 booking. If you think that your fans are that stupid that we think that this is 50-50 booking and we have to see another Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin matchup, you've got to be kidding me. We don't have to see this garbage anymore. We don't. He's got his victory. How many times has Braun Strowman been buried since before he's gotten this win? Too many to count. Move on. Move on. Okay? We don't need to see this anymore. He's got his victory. The monster among losers can move on to something else. Whatever. A big thing that happened that really stuck out tonight, that WWE really tried to push tonight, was the co-main event of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Now, we didn't see Brock Lesnar tonight. We didn't see anything of Brock Lesnar appearing, but we did see some packages of the Beast and about how he has demolished everybody when he first came up to the WWE and all this stuff. And Paul Heyman, of course, talked up the matchup and about how Seth Rollins is the most dangerous competitor Brock Lesnar has ever faced, because he will do absolutely everything to become that one-time champ. He will do anything to get the title that one time. And that makes him the most dangerous competitor Brock Lesnar has ever faced. However, look at this package. Look at this highlight. Went through The Rock and went through all these things. Went through The Undertaker, The Streak, all of it. Now, a little bit later on, went through Goldberg, went through Roman Reigns, blah, 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 blah. The usual. Then went to Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins stated, "You got it wrong, Paul Heyman. This is Brock Lesnar's fate. And Brock Lesnar's fate is he is not walking out Universal Champion. I will do anything to walk out Universal Champion. Whether I walk out on my own 2 feet or I leave on a stretcher, I am leaving MetLife Stadium, the Universal Champion." He has held that championship for over a year and a half now. Look, after all this garbage that we have seen, which, I'm saying that it's garbage, but in reality, wrestling fans, I would much rather see this type of stuff leading up to it, and only, and see Brock Lesnar, come down after Fastlane for some build. I would rather see that. And honestly, when we look at Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and you're not hearing me go more in depth about this, come the WrestleMania preview and predictions, which will be much further down the road. As you know, that'll be the week before WrestleMania. But it's simple. WWE has a perfect opportunity to pull the plug and do something right for once. Take the title off of Brock Lesnar. Put it on the fans' champion. If Brock Lesnar signs another contract in the WWE, that's great. I would love it. Who doesn't like seeing Brock Lesnar take people to Suplex City? As long as he doesn't have that strap around his waist, I'm fine. He can be in rivalries without the title. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what you're thinking about all of that in the comments below. Now, the other main event that they built up tonight, as you know, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte. They didn't really do much with that tonight. They really didn't. They showed Becky Lynch destroying both of them last night. And Ronda Rousey had a match against Ruby Riott. We didn't see Becky Lynch tonight. We didn't see Charlotte tonight. We will next week. Okay, next week is Ric Flair's birthday in Atlanta, Georgia, on Monday Night Raw. If Becky Lynch does not show up and put Ric Flair in this armor, and then they add Becky Lynch versus Charlotte at Fastlane, I don't know what they're going to do to put Becky Lynch back at WrestleMania. I really don't. With that being said, okay, because they're playing off this Stone Cold Steve Austin like story where if she breaks in again, she's gonna be arrested. They did the same stuff in the 90s in the Attitude Era. Not saying that this is really worthy of it, but that's what they're doing. Okay? I can very well see them doing that next week. Now, wrestling fans, this week, they did the right thing. Just showing what happened. Charlotte played off, WWE played up Charlotte being kind of like, I don't want to say injured, but, they have to make it look like she's hurt from the crutch, from the beating that Becky Lynch gave her with the crutch. Probably should have done that with Ronda Rousey, but Ronda Rousey always defends her title the night after. The good thing they did tonight was Ruby Riott had more of a match. Ruby Riott got squashed completely last night at Elimination Chamber. She had more of a match tonight. Now, it wasn't that much of a match, but she did have more of a fight in this contest. But in any case, they did a good job tonight, kind of building up that matchup. You can't have the same thing each and every week. Next week, without a doubt, Becky Lynch is going to show up in that Ric Flair's birthday party. Bayley and Sasha Banks promo about their women's tag team championship. Let me make this perfectly clear. It was cringe. Congratulations to you for being the women's tag team champions, but the promo was cringe, and that's number one. And number two, WWE put it in the third hour, which shows you that they do not care about the women's tag team championship. Because anything in the third hour, they don't care about. That's just there to take up time. Unless you are a Brock Lesnar segment where they try to build up a rating. And the women's tag team championship is not that. So, it just shows you they don't care about the women's tag titles. Now, Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre. If this does not speak the end of Dean Ambrose outside of WWE putting it online that he's not renewing his contract, I don't know what does. Absolutely buried tonight. This was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Horrible. Ugh. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. And other than that, you had Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus the Lucha House Party, where the Lucha House Party was victorious, which I think is cringeworthy because Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins should have won this contest. cringe. Let's get done and over with this losing streak crap. That's just me. And the Revival versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, which was a very good contest. I'm going to admit that. Very good. I'm not going to complain about that. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa victorious. Revival, they're getting what they want. They are. They're wanting good tag team wrestling. They got that tonight. Even with a loss tonight, they got good tag team wrestling, and that's what they've been asking for. So, hey, look, can't complain about it. But all in all, this was an okay Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to sit here and complain too much about it. But let me know what you're thinking about everything that I mentioned in the comments below. Also, tune in for SmackDown Live review tomorrow night. WWE promoted that they're going to let us know who the number one contender for the WWE Championship will be. I put on Twitter, since how it's Fastlane, why don't they give us Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston versus Mustafa Ali in the main event for SmackDown WWE Championship at Fastlane. Sounds like a pretty good contest to me. Look, wrestling fans, it's a B pay-per-view. A B pay-per-view. Give us something different. Let us see something that we don't usually see. They're probably going to put an AJ Styles, a Samoa Joe in with it, someone along those lines. Let us see something different. A Mustafa Ali and a Kofi Kingston, I could very well see them putting in there. It's Fastlane. And it's on the road to WrestleMania. I understand that. But it's Fastlane. Give us something different. But I'm getting out of here. I'll see you tomorrow for SmackDown Live review. And until I see you then, this is Webby. And I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.